Let's look at a program that reads data in from a file. So reading in data from the file is very similar to reading in keyboard input. You still are going to use the stream extraction operator, but instead of reading it from the keyboard, you will just read it from a file. And so I have this text file over here. It has some student information, first name, last name, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 scores. Okay, so how this is going to work is you need to create a variable of type if stream. This is for input files, and this means that you have to include fstream header file. Okay, and so you're going to create this variable and then all the other variables you need, and then you have to open that file. So the name of that variable is in file. In zyBooks below, they use a different name, but remember, a variable can be any name you want it to be. So the name of the input file stream variable is called inFile, and then we are going to run a function called open, and then you will pass it the name of the input file in double quotes. And then to make sure that it opened correctly, we will just say if not inFile, meaning that it didn't open correctly, just like when we say not CN, like it went into fail state. But if this is not doesn't open, we are going to print a message and then return 1, which will end the program. Okay, we haven't talked about this before, but when we return out of main, that will just, end the program. That's why you see this return 0. That means this, everything was fine and main finished normally. So if it does open, we will send a message to the output stream that we're processing data, and then we're going to loop while we're not at the end of the file. So while not in file.eof, that means keep looping while there's data in the file. And then we're just going to use the stream extraction operator like we do with CN, right? So instead of CN, we're just going to give it the input file stream name, and then we will read into first name and then last name, and then I'll print out the first name and the last name, and then we are going to read in test 1, test 2, all the way to test 5. And so this works just like CN. It's going to read up until a space. Okay, that's why over here it'll just read until a space. Okay, and then we'll print out those, we'll calculate the average, and then the last thing we have to do after this while loop finishes is we have to close the file. And to do that, you just give it the file stream name in file, and then you use the close function. So when I run this, you can see that this was everything that was written to the console. If I change the name of this, or let's say I'll just change it here. When I run this, it says cannot open the file, the program terminates, because this is run. The input stream could not find that file.